Hello and welcome. So coming to you today from in front of the screen of the computer and you're looking at the screen of the computer because as promised last week, I'm going to show you how to set up a new computer. Now I am going to skip over one thing, which is how to install Camtasia, which is the software I'm using to record the screen right now. And I also already installed Firefox, which is how I was able to get Camtasia installed. But the first thing I'm going to do is Ninite. Ninite is a wonderful little package that basically lets you go through. And by the way, look. I already downloaded Firefox, but if you have not, if you can get Ninite, and by the way, ninite.com, you can see up there in the browser heading. You can download that first, and it will get you Firefox or Chrome or Opera, Edge. You should probably already have Edge, and then you have all these security things. So I'm not taking any of those. I don't need Zoom or Skype. I don't need any of this stuff. You might, again, any of these things, I'm not a developer, so I'm not going to take any developer tools. But I am going to get VLC because it's a wonderful media player. And I guess I need to get iTunes. I hate iTunes on Windows, but I don't have a Mac. Oh, and the K-Lite Codecs. If you don't know about the K-Lite Codecs, these are the little decoders, well, codecs, coders and decoders. That's what it's short for. That will let you play all the little weird file types all over the internet. So anytime you download a thing and you go to double click it and it won't play, it's because you don't have the right codec. Well, if you download the K-Lite Codecs, you will get all those things. You can also get Spotify, Media Monkey, Handbrake. You can get all these runtime things. Steam. Got to have Steam. That will become important later. Well, for me, because not just for the gaming, although clearly important for the gaming, but I also want it for Wallpaper engine, which is something I will be installing during this video as well. And then for imaging, I'll probably need to get Blender so I can at least do some, whatchamacallits. Benchmarks, so you can see how fast my new computer is. 7-zip, which is, from what I've been reading, 7-zip is, WinRAR is what I always use, but everything I've been seeing in all the videos say, you should go with this one. Now here we got some document readers. If you don't want to, now I have Microsoft Office free through my work, so I don't need any of this stuff. But if you don't, I'm not going to recommend a BitTorrent thing because it's illegal and I don't violate copyrights because I'm on YouTube and we have to be good. Image burn, terror copy. Okay. So now you click on Get Your Ninite. And then it will put together a little custom installer for you, which I always save. And then I come up here and pick Run. And nothing happens. There it is. It was hiding behind my window. So you can see it's downloading, installing Steam and VLC and whatever else I picked. Depending on how long this takes, I may edit it out if it's really fast. Now, I do have, allegedly I have gigabit. It typically runs about 700 megabit, not gigabit. But it's pretty fast, so these things should download pretty fast. And away we go. Blender, apparently Blender is big. I've never downloaded Blender before because I never had a computer that was worth showing off. Although I guess technically I should also run it on my old computer, which is a 9900K or X, whichever one's you can overclock. X. It was state of the art back in March of 2019. iTunes, well, this will take a while because you know Apple, especially on Windows. Oh, and we're finished. So we can close that and move on. Afterburner, I believe. Yes, this is MSI's overclocking solution. So save file, like always, and then come up here. I accept. Oh, by the way, this is important because RivaTuner, which I just clicked past before so fast you couldn't read it. It is the thing that collects all the statistics that you can use for your little overlay up in the corners. Like when you see these guys running these things showing you frame rates and CPU temperatures and stuff. Well, that's all from that. Here we go. RivaTuner Statistics Server setup. Well, Statistics Server. RTSS. This is what keeps track of all the CPU temperatures and utilizations and all that stuff for those overlays that all the people use in their videos when they're showing off how fast their computers are. So you want this even if you're not going to overclock, if you just want that overlay to show you how fast things are going. Now, obviously, the temperature and stuff is really important if you're overclocking because you don't want to, blow things up and set cards on fire and other things, which, by the way, is one of the reasons I don't typically do a lot of overclocking because I don't really know what I'm doing. You want to know about overclocking? Go see Jay's 2 Cents or Linus Tech Tips. Or there's lots of channels. Steve, Gamers Nexus. They do like liquid nitrogen or stuff. Jay's 2 Cents does that, and Steve does that, and Linus. They all do that overclocking stuff. So you want to know about overclocking? I recommend those at least those 3 creators who are very good at this stuff. Oh, and apparently, RivaTuner Statistics Server needs DirectX, which wasn't that current, like, I don't know, Windows 7? Isn't that old? Okay. Been installed. I'm going to use Firefox for now to open PDFs. I don't really need to see this. I don't know why I opened it. Okay. Minimize. Finish. Minimize. Okay, well, anyway, that's that. Where are we? Disable JavaScript. This is an extension for Firefox that lets you disable JavaScript. Well, it says right here on the screen. You can read. Disable JavaScript for specific sites or specific tabs. So if you have like some website you go to sometimes and it runs all this JavaScript and it takes forever, yeah, you want to disable JavaScript because you don't want them running all. JavaScript can really screw up your system. Here we go. The shortcut is Alt-Shift-1. Alt-Shift-2 is, Alt-Shift-1 is just toggle either JavaScript on or off. That's really all I need to know. So, okay. Ooh, GPU-Z. You want this? Because see, this is, you've probably seen this on, like, if you watch any of the Jay's 2 cents, Linus Tech Tips. This is the Jeep thing that shows you all the stuff about your GPU. So we're going to download GPU-Z. And I always, by the way, I always save file, because then you can go back later. You know, if something happens, or your hard drive gets wiped, or you have to reinstall Windows. I always do the save file so that I don't have to go find and download everything again. It's all sitting in my downloads folder. And here we go. See, there's CPUID. I do, in fact, have a 3090 like I was promised from Origin PC. September 1st, 2020? Really? 8 nanometer technology. So, wait. So this thing's already over a year old? I know, but I'm amazed I got it, and it was at a premium, but it wasn't at. By the way, a week after I ordered my system for Origin PC, I went back and reconfigured it and spec'd it out again, and it was almost $2,000 more, primarily because of the 3090. So I got like one of the last, reasonable prices on a 3090. Well, reasonable is a. I think I only ended up paying like $2,200 for it or something. Anyway, you get the idea. That's what this thing is. Oh, I guess if you have more than one video card, it has a little drop-down menu. Okay, well that's pretty cool. Then we got CPUID, which is the hardware monitor for it's basically GPU-Z for your CPU. They have an extended pro. I don't know what's going on here. So I guess I'm going to go for the classic version. There we go. Save file. I'm sitting here railing and ranting. Okay. If it takes two, there we go. I'll edit out some of that. So here's everything you needed to know about, or in my case, didn't need to know. Here's all my voltages. It's the MSI motherboard, which, by the way, I never knew stood for MicroStar International. I'm not a big hardware guy. Well, these kind. I worked for IBM. I was an IBM hardware guy. Big mainframes that cost millions of dollars, not little computers. Ryzen 9 5950X. I don't know what all I guess it doesn't show you everything because you haven't licensed it yet. That's why it says trial in some of it. I don't know. Here's the powers. Here's the utilizations. Well, nothing's going on. Here are the core. Oh, look, this guy's overclocked. He's got the boost on. Don't know what he's doing. Oh, and here's another one. 15 also has the boost on. And my temperatures aren't bad. And yeah, anyway, you see what it does. It does all this kind of stuff. Anyway, we already did Ninite. O&O ShutUp 10. I remember I did this so long ago, getting ready for my thing. Oh yeah, this is a thing that doesn't download anything, but it's basically you can go in and deactivate all the things where Windows sends your information places, like to Microsoft. So we'll save the file. Then run. See, and there it is. Look at all this. Who needs... Yeah, let's create a system restore point. I may edit all this out, all what I'm doing here. But I don't even know what that is. I don't want an advertising ID for my machine. Why would it transmit typing information? Why would Microsoft conduct advertisements via Bluetooth? Man, if I were you, I would definitely download this. Don't back up my text messages into the cloud. Disable suggestions. Disable Windows error reporting. Oh, that's where they send all your stuff. I don't have any biometrical. Well, maybe we'll let that one go. Apps don't need to send things. I don't need them to... all these things. Y'all can stop the video and go back and see. So, and over here, I don't know if you're looking over here in this right-hand column, it's saying suggest. I don't know what device location is, but I'm turning it off. Well, I need camera access and microphone access because I make videos. I don't use voice activation. Motion, movements. Fitness apps. Well, if you watch the channel, you know that's not an issue. Contacts, calendar. Nobody. I don't have any phone on here or call history stuff. I do need emails on here. I'm gonna have. By the way, I will go through all these later. You know, not when you're watching. Well, I won't be wasting your time. Oh, wait. This goes on way too far. Anyway, you get the idea. I'm going to go back through this later after you're not here anymore. Oh, this is an interesting thing. May possibly revert after a Windows update. So run it again next time. And you'll see the changes you can reset. Yes, I want to close it. Okay, I'm not going to restart Windows right now because we're still working here. I need Steam. First, I'm going to log in. Then I'm going to install Steam. Save file, run. Yes. English. Well, that was hard. Oh, okay. So it didn't really install it. It just installed like some little bootstrap. Okay. Is it what? Log into an existing account. I'm going to have to do that offline because I'm going to have to go look that up because I don't know. I have a Steam account. I thought I just logged in with Steam. Isn't this me up here? Oh my God. I just spent probably 45 minutes trying to get Wallpaper Engine, which is a Steam thing. Steam has the worst user interface. I had to go Google like all these different, there's multiple passwords involved. There's Steam Guard, which asks for a different thing, and it's got two-factor authentication. And like just finding what the things I already had paid for was difficult. And apparently now when I go back to the old computer, it's going to freak out because apparently you can only run each thing on one computer at a time. But it won't let me buy a second license. The thing is $4, but I can't buy a second license to run on a second computer, apparently. Oh, let me just say, I do not recommend Steam at all, but I really do recommend Wallpaper Engine because it's awesome. In fact, I have downloaded it here, and I'm going to double click it. Doing my first time setup. Oh, look, it needs DirectX. Remember we installed that for one of these other things that we were downloading? So good on us. Oh, wait, no, it's installing a different DirectX. Great, we already installed DirectX. Just kill me now. Well, let's do high. Well, I'm going to start it automatically. We're going with dark. I have a playlist on the other computer, which apparently doesn't work on this computer. Okay, Steam sucks as far as I'm concerned. This is a piece of garbage. I had all this set up on the other computer, but now I want to do it on a different computer, and I have to go back. I had like 100 wallpapers I'd gone through and picked for this thing. And now it's going, well, you know, whatever. Here, make your own thing. Anyway, there it is. I love this rainy day. It's like looking out a window. Anyway, so that's how you have to set up a new computer. And apparently, if you're using Steam, you are in for a half hour to an hour nightmare, especially if you don't remember all your passwords. And like Steam has multiple passwords. There's like one password for a thing, and then there's a web password, and there's a Steam password. Oh my God, it was, and like I said, I Googled at least 5 different help pages. It's hard to find what you've already bought. It says, well, just click on library. Except library is not something on the screen at the time. Oh, you have to go click on your face, and then click on this, and then click on this, and then you can click on library. Well, how was I supposed to know? Anyway. That's all the stuff you have to do to set up on a new computer, except maybe you want to skip the Steam. So, I don't know if I'm going to put anything else in this video, but if I do, enjoy. If not, I'll see you next time.